go! Strong Opinion Sports has a store. Shirts, hoodies, everything. It's all on sale until the end of November. Go buy stuff. The second game on Thanksgiving, Washington beat the Cowboys 41-16. And the first half of this game was actually competitive and interesting. Washington was only up 17-13 at halftime. And boy, did that change quite quickly. Now, both in the first half and the second half, Dallas just gave 2 free touchdowns to Washington. Drove me nuts watching. In the first half, Dallas went for it on 4th and 1 from their own 34-yard line. And I was watching going, that's weird. I don't understand that. So Dallas got stopped on 4th and 1. They also had a 15-yard penalty, so that gave Washington the ball 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line going in. Ridiculous. And it led to a touchdown. It gave the Washington team a 17-10 lead. I just went, that's stupid. It's a bad coaching decision. You handed the other team points and great field position. Now, I don't understand why why the Cowboys, why Dallas in this game. Why did Dallas insist on going for it repeatedly on 4th down? I'll never understand, especially deep in their own territory. Like, what are you doing? It was baffling to me. Now, the second mistake was even worse. It was a 4th and 10. 4th and 10, not 4th and 1. 10 yards to go to get the first down. The Cowboys were on their own 24-yard line. I'm not a Cowboys fan. I don't give a single anything about the Cowboys. I don't care. And I watched going, I hate the Cowboys. I have frustration. I have anger. I can only imagine how a Cowboys fan from Dallas or who really roots that team every week, I can't imagine how they feel watching this game. Where they're losing 20-16. They're down 4 points, 12 minutes left in the fourth quarter, 4th and 10 on their own 24-yard line, deep in their own territory, and they run a fake punt. They tried to run like an end around, got stuffed. They lost 1 yard on the play. It gave Washington 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line going in, set up on the very next play. Antonio Gibson ran for a long touchdown, 23 yards. Another moment where I'm like, what are you doing? What is happening? Just a bad coaching decision. I'm like, what? Who is making these decisions in Dallas? I don't understand. Dallas handed Washington 2 touchdowns with bad coaching decisions. And I watched this game not once, but twice, which is, I don't know why I did that, but I did. I was watching during Thanksgiving at my best friend's house, and I was like half watching, so I felt guilty. I'm like, I got to rewatch this game to really get the gist of it, understand what happened. And, I rewatched it on Black Friday with detailed notes. But the first time I watched this Thursday night game, the Cowboys in Washington, I was in the middle of a conversation. TV's kind of off to the right. I'm talking to somebody, and it caught my eye, and I literally stood up and went, what are the blank are they doing? Like, what is happening in Dallas? I completely forgot about my conversation. I was just lost in the moment. Like, what kind of decision was that? And the fact that it happened not once, but I rewatched and thought it happened again a second time earlier in the game, I went, oh my, it's terrible. What's happening in Dallas, it's bad coaching decisions over and over and over again. I just don't understand. Dallas found a way to beat the Vikings. I would say it's because the Vikings had too many turnovers to win that game. The coaching in Dallas is bothering me. It's not good. Not to mention Ezekiel Elliott had another fumble. He's now had 5 lost fumbles this year. That's the most he's ever had in a season by a lot. And I guess really, aren't you glad you paid him, Dallas? Aren't you really glad you paid Ezekiel Elliott a ton of money? Because Ezekiel Elliott, man, you guys are a bad football team. But the running back's making the difference. He's carrying the team, isn't he? Oh, he's not? Oh, you paid him a ton of money and he's bad? Oh, that sucks. Yeah, don't pay running backs. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Do not pay running backs. No matter how great they are, they're not worth the money. I don't understand why people keep doing it. By the way, Washington's running back, a rookie. Antonio Gibson, a rookie 3rd-round pick out of Memphis. He had 20 carries for 115 yards and 3 touchdowns. Oh, the guy who's paid like nothing because he's a rookie, who makes compare the salary of Ezekiel Elliott to Antonio Gibson. I don't know the number. I don't really care. It's a rookie contract against a inflated contract, to say the least. Antonio Gibson had a way better day, and I get Dallas' defense is terrible against the run, but my points be getting proven over and over and over again. Do not pay a running back after their rookie contract. Go draft another guy. Get him in the second, third. Maybe I wouldn't draft a first-round running back. They're good in the second or third round as well. I mean, James Robinson in Jacksonville was an undrafted free agent rookie running back playing phenomenal. He's our starting running back. He made Leonard Fournette no longer have a job. He was so good. So I don't understand why you would ever pay a running back again. And Ezekiel Elliott is kind of the prime example right now of a guy got paid and it's not working. Like, ugh. The only guy, I understand paying Derrick Henry because he's literally their entire offense. Dalvin Cook is like, yeah, he's the entire offense in Minnesota. Is it really making a difference, though? Is Dalvin Cook really helping them win? Like, people are saying you got to pay Dalvin Cook because he's the entire offense in Minnesota. Yeah, he's the entire offense, and it's not working. They have a bad record. They're losing games. So, okay, like, you keep arguing that. I don't understand. And even Tennessee didn't pay Derrick Henry what he wanted. They gave him a contract that was good enough to make him say yes, but not really the money he wanted because he wasn't going to get the money he wanted. I'm rambling now. Oh, it drives me nuts. Don't pay running backs. You have Alex Smith. Alex Smith was playing on Thanksgiving. Man, he is really the favorite right now. I give out the SOS awards. He's going to probably win the story of the year. Him, really, or his coach, actually, Ron Rivera. Ron Rivera going through cancer. Alex Smith coming back from this horrific leg injury. He's playing so well. And as time has gone on, Alex Smith has gotten better throughout the year. Where early on, Alex Smith did not look comfortable at all in the pocket. And I can't blame him. Coming off that horrific knee injury, when you have bodies around you, especially around your legs, it's uncomfortable. I've played quarterback before. I played in college. I get the feeling. And Alex Smith is looking more and more comfortable in the pocket with bodies around him and around his feet. And I also think it's interesting. I really want to give credit to Alex Smith because I think Jared Goff pointed this out. The Rams quarterback at one point said, Alex Smith has made so much money. Remember, he was a number 1 overall pick in 2005. He had like a $49 million contract, day one guaranteed. I mean, Alex Smith made like 95, 96, 94 million dollars in his entire NFL career. Alex Smith does not need the money to play in the NFL. Why is Alex Smith playing right now? Oh, it's because he loves football. And you can tell, watch the guy play. Alex Smith is there because he cares. He's passionate. He loves football. And I look around. I also want to give credit. I was never going to talk about Dwayne Haskins ever again. But credit to Dwayne Haskins, was the first-round draft pick, got benched, got moved to third string. Now he's the backup right now in Washington. You watch when Washington makes a big play. You know who's celebrating on the sideline, who's there, engaged, pumped up, paying attention? Dwayne Haskins. And that's new. Because a couple weeks ago, Dwayne Haskins was sulking and upset and wimpy on the sideline going, lost my spot, I'm sad. And something clicked for Dwayne Haskins where he realized, I got to stop feeling sorry for myself. He got over it. He's engaged. He's paying attention. He's using his role right now is to be energy on the sideline. Dwayne Haskins is doing that very, very well. Credit him. It looks like his attitude changed. And I get it. Like, he was grieving the loss of being benched. He was grieving the loss of losing his job. But once he got over that, he's figured out Dwayne Haskins is back. He's engaged. I'm really happy to say that. And good for Washington. Now, Washington really has some solid players. They have Antonio Gibson at running back, Terry McLaurin at receiver. They've got Logan Thomas, this tight end I really, really like. They got a great defensive line. Montez Sweat had a great game. So did Chase Young. Montez Sweat had a pick six. Chase Young had, what did he have? A big tackle for loss. He had a sack. I really am excited for the future of Washington, where they got 5 total first-round draft picks on their defensive line. It's kind of crazy. They drafted in 2019 and 2020, both back-to-back years. They drafted a defensive end in the first round. That's kind of terrifying. And I also cannot think of a better quarterback for Ron Rivera than Alex Smith. And Alex Smith, he's a smart veteran leader. He protects the football, plays very safe. And Alex Smith is starting to look like his old self, where Alex Smith, at Washington, if they want, they might get a few good years out of Alex Smith if they want to. And again, that story with Ron Rivera beating cancer, Alex Smith overcoming this crazy leg injury, they've both been through adversity. I really love that. And then it's kind of fun to compare Dallas on one side, Washington on the other. They're kind of in similar places. I think they both had 4-7 records going into this game. 3-7, maybe 4-7, whatever. The records were identical going into this game on Thanksgiving. And they both have brand new head coaches, Mike McCarthy and Ron Rivera. Mike McCarthy in Dallas, Ron Rivera in Washington. But I'm skeptical that Dallas has the right guy. I look at Dallas and go, the decisions Mike McCarthy's making, what he's doing with what he has, it's not good. There's so many times where I go, they're talented. They've got good players. If I told you that Andy Dalton's teammates were Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb and Ezekiel Elliott and there's one other guy. There's that other receiver I really like. I forget his name right now. So I apologize. They got good players in Dallas, and it's not working because the coaching, the play calling is not very good. And on one hand, where I feel very, very skeptical about Dallas, I feel really, really confident in Washington. Washington looks disciplined. They're well coached. And Dallas is exactly the opposite. And that's why Washington this year has dominated Dallas. Washington is 2-0 against Dallas this year. They won 25-3 and now 41-16. What's the difference? Is it talent? Is there a big discrepancy between talent of Washington and Dallas? No. The difference between these two organizations right now is Washington has a really good coach. Dallas appears not to. Coaching makes a massive difference. In fact, I would say that Dallas really has a more talented roster than Washington. But Washington, they're using their pieces very, very well. They're working hard. The guys are in the right spot. They're not having missed assignments. They look disciplined and well coached. And that is why Washington has dominated Dallas this year in 2020.